Thank you all for joining the Bhagavatam class. So let's start the prayers. Om Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी. Today we'll be discussing Bhagavatam verse 22 from first canto, second chapter. Let me share my screen. Okay, yeah. So you can repeat by mute itself. 1, 2, 22. अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमया मुधा वासुदेवे भगवती कुर्वन्त्यात्मा प्रसादनी. Repeat again. अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमया मुधा वासुदेवे भगवती कुर्वन्त्यात्मा प्रसादनीम्. अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमया मुदा वासुदेवे भगवती कुर्वन्त्यात्मा प्रसादनीम्. Word to word meaning. Atha, therefore, why, certainly, Kavayaha, all transcendentalists, Nityam, from time immemorial, Bhaktim, service unto the Lord, Paramaya, supreme, Muda, the great delight, Vasudeve, Sri Krishna, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Kuruvanti, do render, Atma, self, Prasadani, that which enlivens. So, translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self purport. The speciality of devotional service unto the personality of Godhead Lord Sri Krishna is specifically mentioned herein. Lord Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupa, personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead, beginning from Sri Baladeva, Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Narayana, and extending to the Purushavataras, Gunavataras, Leelavataras, Yugavataras, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead, are Lord Sri Krishna's plenary portion and integrated parts. The living entities are separated parts and parcel of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is the original form of a Godhead and is the last word in the transcendence. Thus, is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. In form, in forms of personality of Godhead other than Sri Krishna and Baladeva, there is no facility for intimate personal contact as in the transcendental pastime of the Lord at Vrajabhumi. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna are not newly accepted, as argued by some less intelligent persons. His pastimes are eternal and are manifested in due course, once in a day of Brahmaji. As the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of every 24 hours. Okay, let's start Mangalacharanam. Om Agnanatimirandasya दानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमावो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. So thank you again for all joining this Srimad Bhagavatam class Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So let's see the purport. As Prabhupada explained, the speciality of devotion service and the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupam, is the original form of Godhead. So Satchidananda Vigraha. See, in Brahma Samhita explains, Brahma explains here, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Nava Yauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhaktau Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Shri Krishna is Adyam, first person, is the beginning person, and then Ananta Rupam. So he has unlimited forms. So we don't know how many forms he has. So, but we know a few forms, Dashavatara and all other avatars, right? So we know only few, but he has unlimited forms like Ananta Rupam, and is the Swayam Rupa. That is what, right? He is the original form of Godhead. So, and all other forms, all other forms are like, Sri Baladev, Sankarsana, Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana. So, and all the extended avatars like, Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Leela avatara, Yuga avatara, so Manvantara avatar. There are so many different categories of avatars, right? So there are thousands of avatars manifested of the personality of Godhead, which are Sri Krishna's plenary portion and integrated parts. They are not actually Swayam Rupam, right? So they are like plenary portion, or even we can say integrated parts of Lord Sri Krishna. So, and then what about the living entities? Living entities are separated parts and parcel, right? So, mamayamshe jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. So we are all jivas are part and parcel of the Lord. So that we all know that in Bhagavad Gita. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is the last word in the transcendence, as purport says. So is the last word in the transcendence, right? So that is just ultimate, right? Ends, so is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists. So who are participating in the eternal pastime of the Lord Sri Krishna. So who are the transcendentalists? So that's what, right? So like there are so many like Narada Muni, Vasudev, so and then Swayambhu Manu, Shiva, Brahma, Prithu Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj. There are so many transcendentalists. They are very attracted to Sri Krishna because he is the ultimate. He is the original form of the Lord Godhead. So that's how they are so much attractive, and then they do devotion service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So bhakti is actually delightful, right? So muda, paramaya muda, right? So bhakti is described here as susukam kartum avyayam. So happily anybody can perform, right? Susukam, so which is, and then avyayam, everlasting. You can perform bhakti so eternally. So there is no, if you see in material, whatever you do, it will be lost for some time, right? So bhakti is not like that. It's everlasting, avyayam and susukam. Happily you can perform. So that is the ultimate cause of supreme spiritual bliss and happiness. So also, this bliss can be derived from the bhakti, which is always eternal. Anybody can perform. So in the sloka, Ato vai kavayo nityam. Kavayo means actually transcendentalists or great souls. So these transcendentalists like Sage Narada and Vasudev, Swayambhu Manu, Shiva Brahma, and all transcendentalists are performed bhakti since from immemorial. So to the Lakshmi, that is because they are deriving the bliss, they are deriving the delight So muda means actually delights. So they derive great bliss from the devotional service. That's why they are actually performing devotional service since from time immemorial. So, and then, so one another thing they said in the sloka, nityam. So nityam means it's a continuous devotional service. So the devotional service, it will not be like, today I'll do, tomorrow I'll not, right? So it is continuous devotional service. That is what, right? We say daily Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So that is the specialty of Bhagavatam. You read every day, every morning, you will not feel bored. You will not feel something, okay, this is enough for today. No. So that is what the specialty of Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavatam. So just compare with the material, books, any other books, material, like for example, there are so many books, Harry Potter and all other things, right? So the material people have wrote those books. We cannot read multiple times. If you read once, twice, thrice, so that's it. We cannot really read again and again. We don't feel like to reading, right? So that is about material books. But the scriptural books, it is not like that. So if you read one time, you feel like to go under, it is a kind of, what I say, attachment, or it'll attract. Krishna is, it'll attract with the his pastimes. So that's how. So the scripture, eternal scriptures are like very much attractive. You can just keep read it and understand. You'll derive the bliss out of it. So that is the difference between eternal, our Sanatana scripture, and then material, right? So material scriptures are like, maybe some books, they're written great books, for example. So it will be there for maximum 10 years, 20 years. After that, so everyone will forget. But Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and all this, they were there, time immemorial. We don't know, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, we don't know how many years from Bhagavad Sri Krishna told, and still it is eternally exists. So, and Prabhupada says some important points regarding devotional service. So, from different scriptures like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and then Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all the places they clearly explained what is devotional service and how to perform devotional service, and what are the great souls who have performed devotional service, right? How to get or derive the bliss from the devotional service, right? So to start with, first point, devotional service is actually beyond karma and gnana. So this has been given in Nectar of Devotion. Anyavilashita shunyam gnana karmadi anavrutam anukulena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. So this devotional service is actually beyond gnana and karma. Karma means actually fruity work. Gnana means actually philosophical speculation, which is beyond all this, right? So pure devotion service is without any tinge of karma or gnana. It is simply meant for the pleasure of Krishna. Whatever we do devotion service, which should be outside karma and gnana, and then you should give the pleasure for the Krishna without any personal motive desire. So that is very much important. So when you do devotion service, you should not attach to all these things, right? So gnana, karma means actually it is fruitive work, right? So, and then divine service is the natural position of the soul. So what is the natural position of soul? That is actual devotion service. It is nothing else. So and Prabhupada even says, and this one, every soul is eternally a servant of Krishna. Jivera Surupahai Krishnera Nitya Dasa. So we are all actually, our position is servitor position. So we all need to do service to the Lord, Supreme Lord. So we are servant of the Lord, right? So that is what actually soul's natural activity. So, but what we do everything other than that. As a jiva, we do other than that. So once we know that our position, so we can easily understand our position and then do the devotion service. Just like watering the root of a tree, which nourishes the whole tree. So when we serve Krishna, we serve all living beings perfectly. Don't think about, okay, I'll serve some other person. It's not like that, right? So just do serve direct Krishna. Automatically, all other demigods, all other jivas also get nourished. So as like watering the root, the root tree, right? So and then what are the qualities of pure devotion service? So in Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada described. So pure devotion service is just being free from hidden motives. This is the first thing. So whatever we do, devotion service, it should free from hidden motives. We should not have hidden agenda. Okay, I'll go to temple. Okay, only because of this. So we outwardly we shows that okay we do so much service so much in the temple, but in hidden in our hidden agenda will be okay. I need to come to limelight. I need to come to this one. I need to show up to the my gurus. So it is not like that. You should do devotion service without any motive, any motives. You should do any service. You should not restrict yourself. Okay, I can do only this. No, I will not do this. I will not do this. So that is something which Prabhupada explains. So you do service without any, without having any hidden agenda, and then it should be favorable to Krishna. So whatever you do service, that should be favorable to Krishna. You should think of what is favorable to the Krishna, right? And haituki apratiyata ayatmas prasidati. So this is in Srimad Bhagavatam, second chapter explains, right? So haituki apratiyata. So uninterrupted and unmotivated devotion service. You should not have any other desires, right? You should not have any personal desires, and there should be no deviation. It should be one-pointed concentration towards Supreme Lord. So there should not be any breaks and any deviation. So that is what apratiyata and haituki. So we should be satisfied to the Krishna. So our motive is should be pleased to the Krishna. So that is what, right? So you should not be disturbed in our devotion service. So we face it because we are in the material world. We face lot many in everywhere. Even in devotion process, we have a lot of restrictions, lot of disturbances. We should not really bothered about. So our concentration should be only Krishna, nothing else. Right? So if someone disturb you, should not disturb. That's what Dhira in Bhagavad Gita says, right? The Mahatma is actually Dhira. We should not disturb. We should not be bewildered of whatever going on outside. Okay? You keep moving with our devotion service. And then Prabhupada said, importance of chanting, right? So chanting the Hare Krishna Maha is to be considered the essence of devotion service in this age. In the age of Kali, no one can perform all the practices. So, if you do devotion service perfectly, so definitely we can go back to Godhead. So that is what our objective, and which is very simple. Even chanting Hare Krishna is not a very difficult, right? So we need to deliver a project within this short time. That's all like it's very difficult to do that sometimes, right? So chanting Hare Krishna is easy. So take the beat and then do chanting early morning. So that itself it will take you to Godhead. That is our actually aim, our objective of devotion service. So devotion service, which begins actually with the association. So this is very much important. So so when it is start, devotion service will start. First step is actually hearing. We know that, right? So Shravana. So that is the first step of devotion service. So which is possible only with the associates of devotees. That is very much. So if you do, okay, I'll do devotion myself. Okay, I'll do read Bhagavad Gita at home, without any associate. No, it's not possible. So you'll read once, twice, and you will understand something which is not, really the same meaning of. But without association of devotees, you cannot really grow in devotion. That's why, right? So we have satsangs, we have bhakti ukshas, and we have so many programs along with other devotees. So we should always keep engaging ourselves with a devotion in association with the devotees. That is very much important. So right. So that our mat chitta madgata prana bodhayantam parasparam. So all our concentration, our even mind, and our body, everything we should concentrate on devotion. So being with the company of devotees, sadhu sangha, which is very essential, which inspires faith, in the Lord, and it will awake our attraction to Krishna. So sometimes you may feel, right, so just sit 1 week without going to, our program, Sunday program. Just sit without going to temple. Sit 1 week. Definitely, you'll feel very sad, right? If you are in pure devotion service. Of course, if you are not yet in the pure devotion service, definitely it will be different feeling. But if you are really one point in concentration, like devotion service, okay, I'm doing devotion service. So if you miss one program, you'll feel like very sad. So why I missed? And you don't feel like to go other, you know, mundane activities. So that is what the devotion. So you yourself, in ourself, we can actually measure where we are. Are we doing devotion service or not? Right? So it is without association, definitely Maya will pull you. So that is where. Okay. And devotion service is actually, so it is voluntary. And so it's not somebody, okay, forced you to come, force you to do this devotion service. It is not like that. It is voluntary and it can be joyful as well. Right. So Krishna will not demand any service. He's not a dictator. Okay, do my service. Krishna, yes, Sahasra Lakshmis are doing actually service and they are, voluntarily they are doing. So we are not really needed for Krishna. So this is all our voluntary. Krishna is never asked you to, okay, do service. No, it's all our voluntary. It's our, of course, our natural position to do devotional service to Lord Krishna. Right. So, and then, so which devotion service which always purifies one's heart, right? So, heart will be slowly purified when you start your devotion service in nectar devotion. So, it says, right? So, it is not just purifies vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jiva vegam. So, it will purify our all, even everything, right? So, our talk, our behavior, our mind, our anger. Vacha vegam, manasa vegam, krodha vegam. So it's all will be, these urges will be purified, will be controlled. So through devotion service only. So we cannot really control our anger and our, mind. No, no way. Right. So it also removes lust, anger, everything. So, and then sometimes even imperfect devotional service also glorious. So imperfect in the sense sometimes we do some, we will not do proper devotional service. That is not a matter here. So Krishna will take, in Bhagavad Gita says, right, Swalpamapasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. So even if you do small service, okay, you will free from the greatest danger. So that is what, if you are not able to do, okay, I can't do so much service. You can do whatever in your capacity. So that will please Krishna. Right? Yeah. So there are few example in a couple of minutes. I just says like in the Ramayana, Shabari was a simple tribal woman. She lived in a forest. She had deep love for Lord Rama, and she wanted to see Rama, Sri Ramchandra, waited for many, many, many years. So that's what Prabhupada says for that. Rama has accepted the bitten fruits of Shabari because she is always daily plucking the fruits and keeping for the Rama. She was waiting. And she's not just plucking and keeping, she is eating, biting one bit of fruit and she was checking whether it's good or not. Those who are good, she used to keep. So those all are plucked by trees and then she bitten by. So Sri Ramchandra accepted those fruits, even though it has bitten by Shubhri, because the devotion, how much devotion he has about Sri Ramchandra. That is important. So what we are doing is not important. How your bhava, who your love is, patram pushpam palantoyam, right? You give just one leaf, one fruit, enough, with the love. If you are giving chapan bhoga without any love, definitely Krishna will not please. So that is very simple. And little gopi offering flowers. That is another example, right? So she was a cockaward girl. She was picking flowers every morning and offer to the Krishna. One day, um, there was no flowers in the garden. Simply she was cried. I don't have flowers. How can I offer to Krishna? Krishna accepted even tears because of her sincere love. Right? So even though if you don't have anything, okay, your bhava is very important here as well, right? So and there is one story about mouse in the temple, right? So the mouse will enter into the temple and begin achieving this givik and the lamp burning for the deity, and then so Krishna sees that you will accept that, so and then you'll give the liberation for the mouse. So by unaccepted, this is not like she Moses really wanted to do that. It was by unaccepted that happened. So that Moses got liberated. So in this way, even Putana. So there are so many other stories, right? Putana also, like, she came as a demon to kill the baby Krishna by breastfeeding like poison, right? Though while she leaves a living body, she just remembered Krishna by seeing his small, very beautiful face. She thought like in second, so how beautiful Krishna is. Why I can't, mother for this baby? Just for small, seconds of bhakti or love of Lord, that will take you, into Vaikuntha. She got the place as a nurse in Vaikuntha. So even though she is a demon, right? So and then Amrish Maharaj, you all know that, okay, how he was doing devotion service, how he saved from the um, demons of Durvasa Muni, right? So Sudarshan Chakra saved Amrish Maharaj. So and then there are so many examples. You do like small service, whatever in your capacity. So that is enough, Krishna will be pleased. It is not necessary, you have to show for, do it with the not hidden motives. That is very important. If you do any service with a hidden agenda, definitely no, I need to get this position, I need to get that position. No, nothing at all. So you should not really worry about what is going on around you. What is your motive is just, ultimate goal is just do devotion service. Okay. And then association with the devotees, that is important. Okay, I'm just stopping here, 6:58. So I'll open for questions and answers. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions and answers? Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Kalidi Mataji. So I think no question. I will wait for a minute. So yeah, devotion service. So which is the first step for actually Shravanam. Shravanam is very much important. So we keep hearing. So Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Prabhuji's Gopikant Prabhuji's um, giving so many. Krishna Kathamrita is going on morning, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, and then evening. So weekends we have other programs. Keep attending all these programs so that our so we'll free from Maya. So at least so we will not be attracted these material mundane activities. So keep engaged in the all devotion service. That is what a devotion service. So though there are so many examples we have seen. Amrish Maharaj was actually engaged all his senses, all his for devotion service. So even eyes, our senses like eyes, ears, and whatever we hear from the scriptural pastimes and all the things which you should engage with. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Um, Suryakanth Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I think you can conclude, Prabhuji.
You can close.
Yeah, you can conclude saying Narasimha.
Okay. Okay. So we'll pray Narasimha Pranam. Everyone, please start with that. Ugram Viram Vishnam Julantam Sarvatomakam Narasimham Bhishणam Bhadram Mrityurnamamyam. Ugram Viram Vishnam Julantam Sarvatomakam Narasimham Bhishणam Bhadram Mrityurnamamyam. Ugram Viram Vishnam Julantam Sarvatomakam Narasimham Bhishणam Bhadram Mrityurnamamyam. So, and then we'll say 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So for all the devotees, and then close. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for all joining for.
Vachakalpadurubhisha kripa sindhu bevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Next.